Thank you. And I really appreciate y'all. Thank you for the opportunity to speak in front of you. First off, thank you, Dennis. You've been an incredible mentor for me, and I've always looked up to you and your wife, Renee, and her beautiful voice, worshiping God. It's been amazing. And I just grew up, and that's sort of what I'm going to talk about today. The influences you guys have had on me and what the community has had on me, so thank you for that. Thank you. I was thinking about what I wanted to speak about for my testimony today, and honestly, I've heard so many compelling testimonies in my time. JR, especially, I've thought of you when I was thinking this up, and I was like, man, I am just so blessed. It's not even funny. A lot of stories is trials and tribulations, and what you were like before God, finding God, and how it's made your life such a great thing. And I was thinking, I was so lucky because I didn't know God for all but 3 or 4 years of my life, and that was when I was born till I was 4 years old. I was so lucky to grow up in a family that made God a priority. And so, thank you. So it began when I was 4 years old, and I'll tell this quick story real quick. My mom wanted me to tell it. I sneezed one day, and my mom said, "God bless you, Tyler." And I was like, me being an avid monster horror movie fan, I said, "Godzilla bless me, Mama? Godzilla bless me?" And I had no idea what she was talking about, so thank you, Mom, for bringing me to church. She said, "That's the final straw. But she knew, and God blessed me with her, and I appreciate that so much, Mom. Thank you. But from it, I grew up in that church, and that church was everything to us. All my friends, Sean, I see you're here, man. I really appreciate just growing up, all those memories. That's really the foundation of who we all are today. The church is really who raised me, and I found all my great mentors. I found everybody I look up to started in our church, and man, it just changed my life for the better. And that's why I think I'm like, sorry, but why am I up here today when you have all given this to me? I am not the one who did anything. Where it was the community that raised me. It was all my friends and family and my mentors and Renee and Dennis. I am so lucky just to have you all, and especially God. He's the one who gave it all to me. So. I'll just tell you a little bit about myself. There's not much to it, and it's all of God. So obviously you all know that God blessed me with a little bit of size. So it's not that hard to tell that that's kind of where we started off. But because of that, those after church dodgeball and basketball games, I kicked a little butt. So. Yay me. But for as long as I remember, my parents had me in soccer, baseball, basketball, year-round, never stopped. I even asked, I said, "Mom, can I take a break this summer?" And she said, "No, that's a load of crap. There's not a shot." So I thank them for that. But I never even considered football as a thing until my friend Sean right there. Go ahead and raise your hand, Sean. There he is, Sean, right there. In 7th grade, I'd been playing soccer, baseball and basketball all the way up until 7th grade, when me and Sean finally convinced my mom to let me play football, and it was a lot of fun. And I finally traded in those soccer cleats for a pair of shoulder pads, and I had no idea what I was doing, but I think I was doing it well. So thanks, Sean. I really appreciate you, man. Going into high school, I finally kind of found my niche in football, and another amazing mentor of mine who just helped me along my path, my head coach, Mike Romelli, he told me, "Hey man, you could possibly play football for the rest of your life. I mean, you could definitely go to college for it." And before then, I had no idea. I was just like, yeah, Maybe I'll play baseball, maybe I'll just do academics, I don't know what I want, but he gave me this dream, like, hey man, like, you could take this thing a long way. And not only that, but like, you can glorify God in the process, because everything I do, obviously, is in the name of His glory. And if I could make it in football, then I could show the world who He is and help give back. And that's just, what an incredible opportunity. So, I was like, yeah, you're right, Mike. I quit baseball, quit basketball, and I stuck with football. Sorry. So, I worked hard. I worked really, really hard. I won't get in on that. It's the same for everybody. But after many trials and tribulations, I finally got into my dream school, and what we called the gold standard, me and my parents, was Northwestern. And I had never played with a group of guys that was more incredible than those guys. I mean, they really helped me. Going into college was tough. I stopped going to our church back home. Obviously, I was up in Evanston, and I didn't like that. It was murky water for me. But those guys that God surrounded me with, they kept me on the right path. And again, that's not me. That was a blessing. Like, God gave me the community that I have, and I just can't thank Him enough. I can't thank everybody who's helped me along the way enough. But that was the environment I was in. That team fostered a relationship with Jesus, and they really kept me on the right path. But after 5 years of grinding and injuries and literal blood, sweat, and tears, I finally had another opportunity to live out this dream life and possibly make it into the NFL. But the roads are never so easy. I know that all sounded like a lot of great stuff, but there were times in high school that made me doubt that I'd ever do anything like this again. I could have fallen by the wayside and just done some stupid stuff, and like, I remember in high school recruiting, me and my mom had some of the most stressful times. There's people going to schools, and I'm sitting there like, I'm better than those guys, but maybe I just won't play football anymore. Maybe I'll just do my own thing. But we got through that. And there were times in college when I had strings of concussions and injuries, and I didn't step foot on the field my first 2 years there. And I thought maybe it's time to hang up the cleats. Thank you, God, for giving me this try, but I'll move on. And He said, no. He said, you've got a destiny, man. Like, you got to do something else. And so, again, I kept going. He offered me the resources, and I took them. And but it wasn't until after my senior season that the hardest trial came by. And most people know this already, but after my senior year was the hardest obstacle. And on January 25th of 2018, at the age of 55, my father passed away from cancer, and it was tough. We saw it happening about a year from his diagnosis. We witnessed it go downhill, and it was a really hard thing to witness. But he was on that field, that final game that I played in college, and it wasn't a month later that God called him home. So that was definitely tough on my mother, tough on my sister, tough on my entire family. But God sent His guardian angels to look after us. And the community, again, this is kind of the point I'm trying to make. This community that we've been blessed with, just an outpouring of love and help. I mean, our friends and family, they came with thoughts and prayers, and whatever we needed, they reached out a lending hand. And I remember just the night before his memorial, me and Sean and a bunch of the crew, we were stacking up chairs and setting everything up. Everybody came and everybody volunteered, and just the outpouring of love, just everybody was there. And I can't thank God enough. I can't thank everyone enough. It was just incredible. And I couldn't believe just this gift that we were given. Like, this wasn't me getting through something. This wasn't my mom getting over the death of her husband. This was the family coming together. This was the family of all of us coming together. And just so thankful. I can't even put it into words. Even for those of you who were there, the Northwestern football team drove down from Evanston, them and the staff, the head coach and everybody, they drove down. And like, how could I be so blessed with such an amazing set of people? It's crazy. So, but that's God, you know, that's God, that's it, that's all it is. And not 3 months after that, my dreams finally came to fruition, and I finally got a spot in my dream job playing for the NFL. And my dad, although my dad is a Bears fan, he is definitely psyched about the Packers right now. I know that for a fact. So I see a lot of Bears jerseys. I see some Packers gear though. But it's great to see everybody come together like that. It's easy to think back and be like, wow, I've accomplished so much, and like, this is great, I got over obstacles, whatever, but it's not like that at all. I mean, I just walked a path, and it was just a path that God gave me, and it wasn't anything where I went out of the way. I kind of just did what I was told. It was like God gave me a message, and I said, sure, sounds good. And then he gave me my mentors on the way. He gave me Dennis. He said, Dennis will lead you until high school. He gave me Mike. Mike will lead me through high school and college. He gave me my team. They'll lead me through college and got me to Green Bay. And it's just crazy how I just worked out in the weight room a little bit, but everybody else did the legwork. I'm telling you, it wasn't me, it was God. And I just can't stress that enough. But I just thank you all for being here, and I want to thank everybody back home, the community. That's really what this is all about. And mentors keep being mentors. You never know who that next kid is who's going to make it and give back to God. And fathers be fathers, mothers be mothers, friends be friends, because I really owe it to all of them for where I am today. I know Dennis says I'm humble, but I don't know, it wasn't me. It really wasn't. I'm blessed. I really am. And I know anybody out there, I got a couple pieces of advice. Anybody out there, like, first, get in the classroom, because that's first and foremost. I wouldn't have even seen the field in the league if it weren't for knowing my stuff. So, knowing my stuff, getting in the classroom, academics, that's been the best. That's what you need first before athletics. But after that, if anyone's looking to accomplish their dream, you know, just trust in God. And I promise you it's going to work out, because when I was going through these things, I had anxiety, I was stressed, but the only thing that made that go away was like, hey man, God's got your back. And that's all it took. You know, I deathly fear flying, and I'm like, hey man, God's got a plan for you. And I'm like, okay, take me on these flights. I flew like 12 times last year, and whatever. So just trust in God, because every time I hit an obstacle, it wasn't me avoiding it, it was him blocking it for me. And he is the reason why we are all here, why we're all breathing, and why we are where we are. And I just give all the glory to him. And I thank him, and I thank you all. Thank you, Dennis, for letting me give my testimony. You guys are all amazing, and I love you all. Thank you very much.